Hey everybody, my name is Scomell and welcome to my Minecraft world. So this is actually what I'm planning on being my very first video on this YouTube channel that I just created. I previously had a YouTube channel a while ago and it didn't really do too much, so I kind of dropped out of it. Also, life kind of changed a bit, got married, had a couple of kids, so right now I've kind of been getting back into Minecraft, and the reasoning is we're on quarantine. I do not have COVID-19, but I am working from home for my company because they've asked anybody who can work from home to work from home. So I am home all the time with my wife and my two beautiful little daughters. And you know what? When they all go to bed, I come down and I've got some time to kill. So what I do is I kick back into Minecraft. I actually hadn't played this game for about 10 years or so, somewhere around there. It was back in college, actually. It was a long time ago. So I found it on my old computer and I downloaded it on the new computer, started a brand new world, and a lot of things have changed. So these videos are kind of me getting back into what I did a lot when I was in college. Had a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot of new things. I actually tried to film a video a couple days ago, but it didn't turn out well because I hadn't set my settings properly or done a lot of things. The audio was only coming out of one ear. Yeah, it was a big cluster. So I'm thinking this will be the very first video. So I started this world fresh probably about a week or two ago. I've probably put, I don't know, somewhere in the double-digit hours into it, somewhere around there. So I am going to give you a quick tour of my base, kind of what I've got going so far. Plans going forward, I would love to get onto some sort of a Minecraft server. I actually played RL Craft about a month ago with my brother on a server that him and his friends had. There's probably like 4 people. And I kind of liked RL Craft actually, and that's what kind of brought me back to vanilla Minecraft. So I might make a couple videos on RL Craft. I got pretty good at it, but coming back to vanilla, it's kind of strange. It's kind of nostalgic, I guess I can say. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'll just kind of go in. So basically when I started this world, nighttime, gotta sleep. I started this world up, I named it Hermit Island because I've actually been watching a lot of the Hermit Craft Season 7. I had never seen Hermit Craft or heard of it before until they started Season 7, and it just kind of popped up on my YouTube feed. So I have been watching, let's see, who are the Hermits I've been watching? I've been watching Mumbo, I've been watching Iskall, I've been watching Doc, B-Dubs, some Zombie Cleo. Who else? Corrales is probably one of my favorites right now. Yeah, there's a good amount. Did I say Green? Yeah. There's one or two more. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Scar, watched a couple of his. XB, Hypnotized. Yeah, so basically, I've been watching a lot of those kind of while I've had some free time, while I've been working, while I've been falling asleep, all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of what kicked me back into the vanilla Minecraft. So I named this world Hermit Island because my goal in the long run is to actually find some sort of a small-ish island and make a completely self-sustaining like zombie fortress island that I would never have to leave, and I would be able to get any sort of resource that I wanted. And so that's kind of the plan for this world. So when I kicked this world up, what I did was I kind of found a village first, and that's when I decided I'm going to start my base here. And there was this mountainside. Yes, there's a completely failed experiment going up there that I took inspiration from the Hermitcraft server, and that has not worked out yet. More on that later. So I found this village, had a couple villagers. Decided I was going to use those villagers in some trading fashion. And yes, I've sort of taken some inspiration. I've learned a lot in the last week or two. I've built a farm or two. I've got a zero-tick sugarcane farm. I've got just a basic piece of wheat farm. And over this hill right here, I actually, when I was digging my mine, I came across a skeleton spawner. And so one of the things I saw some of the hermits make was a skeleton spawn farm, basically, for bone meal and arrows and some experience, all that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do real quick is just kind of run you through my base, give you the plans of what I've got going forward, and then somehow just kind of jump in. Yeah, this was a failed experiment to get on top of the nether. I built that up there to start with, and then I went into my other portal, which is like directly below it. Tried to get on the roof and killed myself trying to do that minecart jumping trick technique, and it went horribly. I didn't realize that the guy that made the video was in creative, and he didn't die inside of a block. And I didn't think about it, and I had all of my good gear on me, which I had a fully enchanted sword, fully enchanted pick, and a fully enchanted set of diamond armor. And I lost all of it, plus a few other things. So currently, what I'm doing is I've got Mr. Stabby right here. That is a fully suited up piece of stabbing gear. I think it's got everything I want. Yeah, it's looking like it. I've got the Pick of Destiny, which has everything except Efficiency 5. I've just didn't want to, when I put on Breaking 3 on it at the enchantment table, it gave me Efficiency 4, and I figured that was good enough for now until I got enough emeralds, which I'm getting to the point where I will. When I lost my gear, I made new ones. I've got my Tough Tootsies, my Thunder Thighs, my Pitiful Plate Mail, and my Crappy Cap, which these are all just the initial minus the mending. All the enchants that came on this were from the enchantment table, so I just put mending on all of them. And actually, what I'm going to do right now is kind of show off my base, go down to show you my 0-tick sugarcane, which is how I'm getting my paper, which is how I'm trading with my villagers to get my emeralds. And then I've got a villager breeder, which kind of stocked up my entire village, which, yes, I've got what I consider to be a village underneath because it is a lot of villagers. All of them are librarians currently. I actually need to get a cleric because I was just figuring out I don't have a good way of getting ender pearls because I really want to start getting to the end, getting shulker boxes and the elytra so I can actually accomplish more things. So to get to that next step, I needed ender pearls, and I didn't have a good way, so I think I'm going to get a couple clerics, trade up with them, and just trade my emeralds for them because I should be getting to a point where emeralds aren't going to be much of a problem. It's just a very tedious process right now. So when you walk in, you see my row of furnaces. Right through this door, I've got my big, giant nether portal, nothing too fancy. I've got some stacks here of my nether stuff, so I've got a little bit of quartz. Just some basic blocks over here, nothing, and then a couple gas tiers, nether warts, blaze rods, and magma cream. So I've got a decent stock so far, but nothing too fancy. There's nothing in those. This is just a random chest, a couple building stuff. This was just blocks, a lot of wood, just more blocks, a couple random things thrown in here, like some glowstone, and then more stone. These I need to label better. This was kind of like my gear. Just a couple books, some leftover gear, my iron that I enchanted before I got diamond armor and diamond stuff, my backup set of diamond that I just made that I was using while I got my new second good set, extra pick, my good bow, which is horrible to think because I forgot to name it something cool, and now by the time you can see when I go to name it, it's going to cost 32 levels of enchant, and you know what? I'm still early enough in the game where that's going to hurt. So I'm just going to leave that there. This is my sword that I was using and realized that, what didn't it have? It didn't have sharpness. That's what it was. And it wouldn't let me put sharpness on it because I think I already had too much on it. And then just some random tools, things like that. So down here is arrows and bones from the skeleton farm. Here is kind of like my ore and my richidy stuff. Nothing too great. I've got 47 diamonds left. A couple blocks here and there, blocks of iron, but this was all strictly from mining down in my mine, which I will show you. This is all the redstone stuff I found, so I ran into an abandoned Minecraft thing, and that kind of gave me a lot of this stuff. I made maybe some powered rails, I don't know. And then I made a bunch of pistons. I mined all of this redstone, and I made all these things. Not a ton, but a lot for me. This is kind of food and farming related stuff, nothing too fancy. And then this is kind of a random useful items. I made a lot of stone swords for some reason. I really don't know why. These can go in the redstone chest actually. Yeah, my current food source is potatoes. I had a potato farm and I was just using bone meal and baking them for baked potatoes. Nothing too fancy. And then yeah, that is my setup. I've got my bed. I killed a pillager with one of these flags. Grindstone, anvil, got my enchantment table right here. Nothing in this chest, a bunch of sheep, a bunch of cows, some wool. I haven't really fed them lately, so I haven't needed the books or the leather. I mainly did this for the leather and the wool. I've kind of given up on the wool. Just haven't needed it yet until I start doing some bigger build stuff. And then I haven't really needed too much leather because I also built this farm, which I need to credit. I forgot who created this. I don't know if it was Mumbo or if he credited somebody else. I will look that up though And I will give credit where credit is due. But it's not perfect because for some reason I couldn't get the pulse for the lava correct even when I followed the tutorial. And so now it doesn't like tick itself off. I have to turn it off, but I've still got a decent amount. I did have a full stack of leather that I just took to make books. So that's everything here. This is my mine. Nothing too fancy. You just go all the way down and then it's a little strip mine. So that's everything in there. This was the original entrance to my mine before I started using the space below me. And then, yeah, like I said, that was the failed, hopefully to be corrected, get onto the nether roof plot. That is just my bone meal, very labor intensive wheat farm that was potatoes for a while. This is the automated farm with a villager that is currently doing potatoes that is feeding my villager breeder, which I can show you. Oh, and I do have the sound of blocks turned off. I thought I had music turned on. Why is it not kicking on music? Oh, well. Yeah, not sure. I thought there'd be music, but I haven't heard any. So you will start hearing, no, you won't hear because it's turned off. Right in here is a 0-tick sugarcane farm with a ton of chests going down, and I mean a ton. Because, as you can see, it's not just one. I had one, and it wasn't performing fast enough for me. So I made a second, and a third, and a fourth that I'm currently running. That one is running, yeah. So all 4 of my sugarcane farms, 0-tick farms, are currently running. They make a lot of noise here. Anybody watching this video has seen sugarcane farms, music blocks. Here you go. Yeah. So I don't want to have to listen to that all the time. So I like to keep the block sounds off just for now when I'm in my base. I turn them back on when I leave, but they're all hooked up through hoppers and they go into some chests. So I mean, there's nothing up here yet. I mean, it goes down, down, down. Okay, this is the bottom chest. So in this chest, it's getting pretty full. This chest has a little bit. That chest is full. That chest is full. And then I believe there's nothing in that chest yet because that's the next chest up. So I've got like 3 full double chests of sugarcane, and I put this block here right here so I can just turn it into paper. And so when you come down and you come up this way, you actually run into my prized possession right now. And this took me the most amount of time. It was insane. Yes, these are my librarians with labeled books. And if you can't tell, because there are a lot, I believe this is every single enchantment available right now that you can buy from a trader in a book. And each individual trader has, oh wait, no, I almost lied. I almost goofed. There's one in here, I think, yep, this guy right here has multi-shot and fire protection 4. I was getting to the point where there was like 6 left, and then I'd realized I hadn't even looked because I had already started trading paper. So my entire operation, as you can tell right now, has been 0-tick sugarcane farms, which actually wasn't always a 0-tick farm. This ladder right here in the middle comes up right back to this room, which is my villager breeder, which I'll show you more detail in a minute. Is it dark? Yeah, okay. Gotta sleep again, and then I'll show you how I was doing my sugarcane manually before I did the 0-tick. I had to do a lot of research on that 0-tick, because like I said, it's been a long time since I've played. So you probably saw this earlier. It's very expansive. Okay, so I'll get up to the top of this just to kind of show you. This was my manual sugarcane farm before I started doing the 0-tick. I haven't messed with this probably now in a day or so. In-game time, probably 5-10 days, somewhere around there. I've kind of just let it go and been relying on that 0-tick because, as you can see now, it's performing up to what I need it to and making all those emeralds. So yeah, once I built the villager breeder, I had to get the 3 villagers, which I took from that village right there. And since then, I've been off and running. Got my infinite water source. But yeah, you just come down through here, and it has the possibility to get, is that 2 riptides? Oh, resp. Okay, and riptide. So this is every single one that is available. And I will show you my villager farm because actually, do I have everything I need? I'm going to actually run this real quick to show you. So Let's see. Yes, so it's all minecart based. Nothing too fancy. I still have a little bit of trouble getting the villagers in the minecarts. Do I have any spots available? Ooh, I don't even need to do it. Man, that sucks. That's fair. I'll kind of just play it out so you can see what would have happened. Just so like you can see my process, which I've tried to do a little bit of research. I didn't want to just copy somebody's. I did kind of copy that villager farm up top. And oh my goodness, they are overflowing. I guess when you don't, oh no. Okay, so there's glass that you can see right there, and the villagers are inside of there. So they drop down and they just sit inside that little 1x1 chamber. Well, I guess it's one square, but it's a couple high. But I guess if you just let them continue to go, they're able to pop out. Good thing I put this here to block them, to keep them in. So it's just a rail that kind of goes around. It's got a couple powered rails, and when I would set the minecart down on the powered rail, it would suck them through the gap, or I guess through the diagonal, which really isn't even a gap. It would suck them through that into the minecart, and then I would power it and let it run down. And so what I would do is I would have a back open between one of these, and I would just curl the tracks into it. And so it would just curl in, and then I kind of just shove them in the minecart. And for the longest time, I was knocking the minecart out. I was putting one block in to hold them, and I was crouching down. I was putting a bed because I thought they needed a bed all the time, which turns out they don't. And I realized that after I put like 30 beds down. So that kind of sucks. And then I was still even coming in with minecarts, and I was knocking them out of the minecarts stupidly, like this guy. Yeah, I was knocking them out, only to realize I can just leave them in the minecarts. What the hell was I doing? So I've got a couple extra guys. So I'm going to turn that guy 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I've got 4. I'm going to turn them into clerics so I can try to buy some ender pearls. And then actually while I'm at it, this was kind of like my villager trading chest, I guess, to do like a couple of my different workstations, signs, all the materials I needed to build this entire thing, some extra food, some carpets and all that. I was having weird iron golems spawning. Now, I know that iron golems spawn when they're being attacked, I guess. I really haven't looked too much into the mechanics, but nothing gets down here. Every once in a while, I'd actually find a random skeleton in this room. No idea where it came from. This whole place is lit up exactly the way it is now, and yet I found 2 skeletons in my entire playthrough down here. But with no skeletons, they kept spawning iron golems. So to try and combat that, I put a bunch of carpets on the ground. I even put these slabs running down the middle to try and make it so like nothing could spawn here. And it seems to have done the case. This was a villager who escaped that I needed to catch and throw him back in his cell. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I am going to quickly... do I have my books? Oh crap, where are my books? I gotta find my books. But I'm gonna quickly get the rest of the enchantments on this armor. And then from there, I'm going to work on getting a cleric. So I will jump and show you that. So the torso only is going to have unbreaking, protection, and mending. The legs are going to have protection, unbreaking, and mending. The feet are going to be a little bit different. They've got unbreaking, protection, and mending already, but I'm going to add depth 3 and feather falling 4. But then for the head, I already bought the protection. I've got the mending, the unbreaking. I need respiration 3 and aqua affinity. I know there is that trick that you can have a zombie come down, infect these guys, transform them into zombie villagers, and then you got to throw a bottle or something on them and give them a golden apple. And I think they come back and give you better prices, and you can repeat it and get things down to like 1. I haven't gotten that far yet. That's the plan. I kind of want to mess with things. I'm always interested in automating. You know, I'm a mechanical engineer in my day job, so I'm all about the science behind things. Yeah, I plan on digging into code, making redstone machines, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I also have a small bit of a creative side, so I plan on making some pretty cool builds, hopefully. By no means am I any good, but you know what? I plan on learning. So, yeah, so let's go ahead. I hope I have enough enchantments. The cap, crappy cap. Okay, so that needs a protection 4. Sweet. That needs the aqua affinity, and it needs the respiration 3. Okay, so that's done. The plate mail needs protection 3. It needs protection 4. Unfortunately, only had 3. Now it's got 4. The thunder thighs, it's got 3 in mending, which means it just needs protection, I believe. So that's done. And I am out of enchantment levels, unfortunately. So I'm going to be putting these back. Feather falling, yep, I won't be able to do that yet. So what I'm going to do is put all this back on, keep these in my inventory, and I get to show you the next portion of my base, which I guess the only other portion of my base, as long as it's not nighttime. Sweet. Okay. Oh, I probably don't want to keep my emeralds on me. That would be a little iffy. Okay. Probably shouldn't keep them. Well, it doesn't matter. It's not dangerous. All right, so as I said, right over here, when I was doing my very first mine down, I found an abandoned mine shaft, and one of those things in that abandoned mine shaft was this skeleton spawner. So I built a secondary tunnel, not sure why I didn't just connect it to my base. You know, I'm not the smartest, and also this isn't going to be my permanent base on this island. Like I said, I run this world. Like I said, my permanent plan is to find some sort of an island. After I get an elytra, I'm going to fly, I'm going to get my shulker boxes, and basically I'm going to move everything I have to a new island and make it completely self-sustainable with farms. And hopefully it has some sort of a mob farm that I can get my experience from. So coming down here, it's by no means clean, but coming down here, behind here is where I built a skeleton spawner, or I built my skeleton spawn chamber. So there's a skeleton spawner. I just did the big clearing out of the room. I put water, and it's by no means good at all because I don't know if you can see it. Yep, right there is where the water... Nope, he's going to shoot me. Right there is where the water ends. So all this does is funnel them to a single point and drops them like 3 spaces. I know I could drop them a lot more to basically only have to hit them once. I could go over and up and drop. I could do a bunch of things with one of those bubble elevators, which I've never built before, so I would love to build a few of them. But this was kind of just a quick thing. They fall onto a hopper, which feeds into a large chest. This I just put here temporarily so I could actually... this is kind of dumb, but I put this here so I could right click on it, open the chest, and then this actually will leave the game running while I go over and I could work on other screens. I could actually do some work while working from home. I could, I could type things on the internet, just whatever I need to do, because otherwise, if I go and try and click on something, if you tab out, it pauses the game, and that sucks. So, yeah, this was kind of here. I could have just done that, but then also I had some random gear, random crap, so I just threw it in here. But yeah, so this goes down here, and I haven't cleaned it out in a while, so I've got lava here, actually, which helps me clean out my chest of all the unwanted items. So it's fairly big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chests. The bottom chest is this. Second chest is that. Third chest, a lot of stuff again. Fourth chest, not full. So I've got 3 full double chests, a lot of arrows, a lot of bones. So all I really do on this is I just kind of sit here, wait for this to fill up, knock them down with my stabby. Okay, knock them down, whatever I get, boom, 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 done. And I have to move forward to get the experience. I haven't figured out the whole killing chamber yet to maximize them not being able to hit me and always get the experience and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's worked out pretty well. You know, I could AFK if all I wanted was the items, but I really want the experience. So my AFK has been more spent at the sugarcane farm. Yeah, so I'm just going to sit here, kind of wait for these levels to gain back up, and then we're going to finish off our gear. Kind of AFK'd, not really AFK'd. I kind of just did some other things for about 5 minutes, and I got up to level 19. Not great, but not horrible. It should be enough, hopefully, to get the last 2 enchantments on those booties. So we're going to run back. It's nighttime. Uh-oh. I hope I don't die. Bonk, 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 bonk. Yes, I know this is extremely annoying. I need to take that 3rd block off all the way down. All right, run, 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 run. Don't get shot. Don't get shot. Ah! Oh, it's a sheep. Okay, cool. Oh, wow, nothing has spawned. Yay! The minor victories. Okay, let's finish this off. So I need my boots and the anvil. Boop. And we're gonna get feather, and we're going to get depth. All right, 9. Ooh, 5 extra levels. Perfect. Okay, so I am decked out. I've got my armor, I've got my sword, I've got my pick, and I've got my bow. And that should be enough. Now what I want is ender pearls. So I know that these need a brewing stand. Blaze rod and cobble, easy. I think I've got those, and I've got 4 of them I need. So, nope, right there. 4. And then I need 4 times 3 is 12. 12 cobble. Boop. And 12. Okay. Sweet. Put those there. Okay, 4 brewing stands. Let's go set these down in front of these guys, and hopefully one of them sells ender pearls once they become, I think it's an expert level, so gotta level them up. All right, I've got almost 4 full stacks. You think that's going to be enough to at least get one of them to expert? Oh, they're gonna go to sleep. Why do people have to sleep? Look who's talking. I go to sleep at like 9:30 every night. It's currently 9:48 and I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I work from home right now, so I don't know. I still wake up at like 6 to work, so got to put in my time, make sure I'm actually getting the value. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to go back to work next week. It's Tuesday right now, so I've been working from home since last Friday, so 3 days, and then I'm going to finish out this week working from home because of the quarantine. My company decided to shut down willingly for a week to gauge whether things needed to be changed. So I guess we're just gonna, okay, let's see if that helped. Yeah, so yeah, we're working back up. I work, like I said, I'm a mechanical engineer. I work in a production facility as operations support and like product development, etc. Process engineer, product engineer, blah, 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 blah. Ooh, okay, gold bars. I can maybe spare some gold bars, but at the same time, I might just do some lapis trading. He's an apprentice. That's so much. Oh, I guess I could just do this every time. And I don't know if this gives me more experience or less if I just do one at a time. Okay, so that was 16. Okay, can I go back? I can't. Okay. What the hell is that? A rabbit's foot? I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, he's a journeyman now, so I'm going to buy a few glowstone for 3 diamonds. My goodness, I already have like 2.5 stacks of these, but I'm just trying to get him to an expert to see if he sells them. Okay, sell them. He's an expert? No, he doesn't. He sells nothing extra. He takes scoots. I don't even know what the hell that is. And glass bottles. That was a waste of emeralds. Okay, on to number 2. All right, he's an expert, and he does not sell ender pearls either. Oh, my goodness. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if these guys change based on what I can do with the stand, just to make sure. All right, you got a brewing stand in front of you. Are you going to change? No? What about you? All right, you're back. Okay. Nope, same stuff. Okay. Same stuff. Same stuff. I don't know if it's always the same stuff. I don't want to keep doing something and getting the same results. Did I just lose my brewing stand? Damn it, I think I did. Well, what the hell? How'd that happen? Well, guys, it's not looking good. Every single first trade is this, which, you know, that just might be the case. And maybe I just got unlucky with the first 2. I checked online, and it said ender pearls come from expert. I think it was expert level clerics. Maybe I should go up to a master on one of them just to be safe. We'll make you a master. And do you sell ender pearls? No, you don't. You sell bottle of enchanting. I know that's experience and nether warts. Man. All right. I guess I'm just going to have to keep playing with this until somebody sells ender pearls. I realized what I did. I broke it with my hand last time. And yeah, it disappeared because I just broke the other one with my hand, and that one disappeared as well. So I have to go up and make more of them, and then I'll have to see if those work. It's getting expensive. Ender pearls. Okay, they cost 5. That's fine. I don't care. I need as many as I can get. Sweet. Okay, because I need ender pearls not only to make ender chests, but I need to find my way to a stronghold. And then I've got the blaze rods to where I can make the blaze powder to make the eye of ender so I can get into the stronghold. And you know what? I could probably use a fair amount of these, so I'm going to have to buy a bunch to make the eye of ender so I can find my way to the stronghold. So this part is going to be completely boring, but I'm going to just go through my sugarcane, making paper, trading the paper, getting the emeralds, and buying ender pearls. So I'll be back, hopefully for you, in about 3 seconds, for me about 10 minutes, with hopefully a few stacks of ender pearls. If it sounds like I'm trying to keep my voice down a little bit, I am, because like I said, my wife and my 2 daughters are sleeping. They are, I don't want to wake them. Let's just say I've got a 2-year-old and a 1-month-old. So let's just say my free time is a little sparing right now. So when I get the chance to do what I kind of want to do, if I'm not working on house projects, which it's starting to get a little warmer, and we just moved into a new house a little bit ago, a few months ago. So when I'm not working on that stuff, you know, my newfound passion, Minecraft. So I'm hoping to share my journey with you guys. So if you want to come along with me, that would be very much appreciated. God, I freaking hate when these people go to sleep. Just reminds me that I have to go to sleep. Man, why can't you just stay up all night like me? Come on. All right, that should have reset their trades, though. Nope, and it did not. I don't know why. No idea. I'll look into it. It probably is some other time factor. No idea. Okay, but we'll back to the grind. All right, the first real snag. This guy is barely selling me any ender pearls. I've already gone through an entire double chest worth of paper, and I've got 12 ender pearls, and this was half the chest, so just this doubled is what I've gotten from my double chest full of paper. And I spent this equivalent on that, plus I had a little extra because he wouldn't do it. So I've been trying to level this guy up a bit just to see if he'll sell me ender pearls as well, because I need more than one person to sell me ender pearls. Otherwise, this is going to take a lifetime. Sweet. Give me all the ender pearls. Oh, they only stack in 16s. Okay. That's slightly inconvenient, but fine. All right, third round for ender pearls. He's open for business. Give me everything. And you should be open for business. 7. Oh, I guess because I've traded with him so much, the demand for him is higher. I think that's a thing. I haven't had that yet with paper. I guess that's not buying, that's selling. So I haven't bought that much from anybody ever really, other than books, which has been barely any, but I'm sitting at that much. All right, one more inventory of paper, and then I'm just going to go with what I got. All right, so after all that, I am sitting at level 40. I've gone through 2 double chests full of paper, and I've ended up with, boom, 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 3 stacks plus 1, so 32, 48, 49. That doesn't seem like very much for all that time. I mean, it took me like 10 minutes, but at the same time, man, that's a lot of paper. To me, that seems like it's in the thousands of paper to get 40 ender pearls. Hey, it's the price of doing business, I guess. Okay, so I think what I need is my blaze rods, and I think it's 1 blaze rod per ender pearl to make an ender chest, or not an ender chest, an eye of ender. I don't know how to make an ender chest. I think that's obsidian with an eye of ender in the center. Okay, that's not it. So what is... Nothing. Okay. Oh, I think it might be the blaze powder. Yes. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to get a fair amount of this blaze powder, like 32 of it, I think. 34, whatever. Good enough. Put this in and that in. Get those. Put this in and that in and get those. Okay. And then I guess I'll just do 2 more. Why not? Okay. So I'm sitting at 36. I think that should be plenty as long as it's not ridiculously far away. And then I think you have to do something with the Eye of Enders to put them inside of like a portal to get it to activate. So you know what? I might as well do a few more. We'll do 6 more. So I need 3. Boom. Do 6. Okay, that should be good enough. 42. So I'm going to stash away in my loot those. And then I'm going to put away my blaze rods. Put them right back there. Okay. So I think the next step will be finding a stronghold. I feel like I'm geared out enough. Let me know if you feel like I'm not geared out enough. You know, I've got my shooty, I got my bow, I got my stabby, I've got the pick, I've got those 2 things. I'll do a little research just to see if there's anything I need to bring. I don't need those papers, but I do got those. I've got plenty of food. Yeah, what I want to do is find a stronghold, get through that, get to the end, take out the end dragon, go to the end cities, and I guess find a pair of the wings, the elytra, and I'm going to get some shulker boxes, and then come back, and, you know, then I'm going to start building up a brand new base on my new Hermit Island. Yeah, so if you have any tips for doing that, fighting the Ender Dragon, etc., preparing for the Ender Dragon, anything to optimize what I've currently got going on here, feel free to throw it down in the comments. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining me on this very first episode of my new channel. Yeah, like I said, I plan on playing this world out. If I ever get the chance to play on a server, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm probably going to put up some RL craft videos because I kind of enjoyed that. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as playing this vanilla Minecraft, but you know, it's different in its own right, which is fine. You know, it's a little more difficult. I guess people say I didn't have a whole lot of difficulty. I mean, once you get started, once you get a base, you can do a few things. There's still farms you can make. And then it gets to a point where everything just gets pretty easy. So I think I got to the point where I was killing dragons pretty damn easily. Yeah, so I might do it again. You know, it was a lot of fun. I did it on a server with my brother and a couple of his friends. They kind of stopped playing, so the server kind of lost the fun. I started building a big base. I might show you guys actually in another video, just kind of go through what I had on that RL Craft server, if it's still even up. I haven't played in a few weeks. And then I might just start a single world server, but I definitely plan on continuing this Hermit Island playthrough. So yeah, thank you very much for watching the first video. Whoa. Thank you for watching this first video on my new channel. Like I said, my name is Scomell, and yeah, thanks for seeing, thanks for coming, thanks for watching, and hope to see you in the next time. See ya.